Hello YouTube! This is a video response for Indoorrangers contest and giveaway, asking us to show our first pocket knives. This isn't my first knife, this is my second pocket knife. My first pocket knife I don't have anymore, and I will tell you why. And this is my second knife, and I will show to you in a bit. My first pocket knife was a Victorinox Huntsman model, which is super common, and most of you have probably seen this before. Otherwise you can look it up. It was a gift from my uncle when I was about 13 or maybe 14. He gave this to me for my birthday. It was a great gift. Had my name engraved, came with a leather case. It was just a cool knife for a kid that age. You can do all your outdoorsy boys things. At that time I didn't really know about how to care for the knife or how to sharpen it, but it stood up well to the abuse, like all Victorinox always do. I have a few now. And I would probably still have it had it not been stolen when later, about 8 years later, I was backpacking in Australia, and I lived with this Australian girl, and that girl would borrow the knife from me for all her bottle opening needs. She would drink beer or wine every day almost, so she had a lot of bottles to open, so she would borrow this knife from me, and sometimes she'd return it, and in the end she didn't return it. She just disappeared and the knife disappeared with her. So, well, that was too bad. Lucky not a very rare or difficult to replace knife. If I wanted to get a new one, of course I could easily get a new one. So this is how my first knife disappeared. This is my second knife. It's a value knife. I bought this for less than 10 marks, I think, back 15 years ago. It's made by Habe. You can see here. A value knife, as I said, so there's some downsides to this knife, but there's also some nice features to it. And only recently I started carrying this again. I restored this, and now it's my secondary backup EDC blade. I carry that second to this Victorinox Explorer, which is also a great knife. So the downsides to this knife is the steel. I don't know what steel this is. I also emailed Herbert and asked them. They also couldn't tell me, but I'm pretty sure it's nothing special. It's probably your average run-of-the-mill 440 something steel. The grind wasn't great when this was new. It was sharp, but it was never very sharp. Now that I have had this resharpened professionally, it's sharp for the first time in its existence. Tolerances, it's a little bit of wiggle. The liner isn't that thick, but it's okay for my backup blade. The plus sides of this knife is the size of the blade. It's a 6.5 centimeter cutting edge, so it's a small medium blade. Clip point blade, which I think is nice. One hand opening, some stud. Click. Or this way. Full steel construction. I like this. Some cutouts here to save weight. It's about 120 grams. Just slightly heavier than the Explorer. Not much. And the liner is engaged and disengaged. Well, I only disengaged with this button. So you have the first liner on this side going over, locking the blade, and then you have the second liner where the button is attached to, pressing the first liner out of the way to open it. That's very nice and safe, I think. I like this. Click. Has a good click to it. As I said, I restored this, so this now looks really good for its age, 15 years. I did a lot of things to it. First cleaned it. Had it soaking in cleaner for a day, and then had it soaking in vinegar for 2 days to get rid of the rust, a little bit of rust here and there, like in these cutouts. Then I had the blade resharpened. Now it's really sharp. The first time in 15 years probably also that I cut myself just a little bit because it's so sharp. Then I hammered the handle so that there would be very little blade play. It's a little bit of wiggle now, but not much. And I also redid the finish on the handle with sandpaper first, and then a steel brush, wire brush, and then steel wool, and then sponge backside. Looks good now. Still some nicks here and there, but that's okay. So for my secondary backup blade, this is a nice choice because it's not very heavy, not very big, not very threatening either. You can, where I live, you can take this out in public, peel your apple, cut your orange, no one will care. And it makes a good addition to my Victorinox, as this is a locking blade, longer blade, clip points, so that's all good. Serrations would be nice maybe, but yeah. So this is my second pocket knife. If I was to win the Spyderco, depending on its size, then maybe this could replace this knife. But well, it depends on the size and the weight and what kind of blade it is. This one does a good job. So this is my my video response. I hope you liked it, and that's it. Bye bye.